Olight X7 Marauder. The only thing that you really need to know about this light is that it puts out 9,000 lumens. Goes from little baby 3 lumens to 9,000 lumens. And I could really just stop the video right there, because what more is there to know about the light than, did I mention, 9,000 lumens? This light is insanely bright in a quite compact size. As a side note, before I get into the video, one of the things that you need for this light to get to that, did I mention 9,000 lumens, is that you need some sort of special batteries. This light runs on 4 18650 batteries, and they need to be the high output batteries, greater than 8 amps. If you have some on your own, great. Alternatively, you can get the ones from Olight. There's actually a package deal you can get. The light itself is around $200. And there's a package deal for the light, the batteries, and a charger for around $280. Not cheap, but 9,000 lumens. So you can get that whole package deal, or you can get just the light, or just the batteries, or just the charger, or any combination of all of the above. And you can check that out. The packaging is actually pretty nice. Comes in this box here with a little hang tag. If you are a retailer, you want to hang it up. On the front here, it has some of the basic stuff about the light. It'll go for 30 days on the moonlight or nightlight mode, I believe they call it, which is 3 lumens for 30 days. Throws 313 meters. It has the IPX8 rating. And this has a little bit different LED than some lights you might be used to. The XHP70. It's actually, each of these LEDs has 4 LEDs in them, and I'll show that to you when we get in there. The box, it has some applications here. You can be a fireman. You can be a tornado, I bet that's Red Cross. You can be a road worker, you can be a choir director, or something else. Or you can be in a cave with a microphone. But really, for this light, uses for this, it's nice because it does low output. It can do 3 lumens, it can do 300 lumens. But if you need that super bright light up the whole night, you can very quickly get up to 5,500 or 9,000 lumens. And it's just there, and it's in a compact light. Not something you're going to want to carry every day, but this light has some practical uses for work, or if you're just a person that you just might need that light. You're out in the woods, you need to light up a whole area, you need to see some animals, because this light is actually fairly floody. It's not a big thrower. It says it will go 313 meters, but the beam pattern on it is fairly floody. On the back here, there is some more stuff you can read about it up here, some features, and then the run times, and I'll come back to these when we get to it. But 3 lumens for 30 days, and that 9,000 lumens, the upper output, 3,000, 5,500, and 9,000. After a certain period of time, because of the thermoregulation in the light, they will ramp down to 1,800 lumens. And again, we'll get back to the run times when we get there. So let's have a look at this, open it up. Again, the packaging is pretty nice because on the side here, it has a little magnetic closure. Open it up, and here is the light. On the inside over here, to note before you first use it, there's this little instruction here saying remove the little protective cover off the light. I've taken it off. It's now right here. That just protects the lens. There is a little pull cord here that you can use to just pull the light up and out of there. We'll come back to that in a minute. And then right here, there is some extra stuff. This comes out if you're so inclined, or you can just leave it in here and get to it. But let me just show you the little goodies that you get with it. You get a nice little Olight sticker. Put that on your car or whatever else you like. There is a belt clip case and the instruction manual. Get all this out of the way, and let's have a look at the light itself. Let me show it to you in the belt clip holster here. So Velcro there, Velcro on the back, belt pass through there, and then a big D-ring here. I'm not sure how comfortable this would be to carry on a belt, because it weighs in with the 4 batteries at about 1.5 pounds or maybe a little bit more. But there it is, a nice case that comes with it if you're so inclined to use that. All right, the light itself, pretty compact. The batteries go in the back here. Screw this off, and like I said, you can get your own batteries, or you can get the Olight batteries. There's the inside there. The batteries go in different directions, so take note of that. Which way is it? This way. And then when you put it back together, there's these two holes right here. And you line that up with the two holes on there. Just go in there. O-ring here for the water protection, that IPX8 rating. And you just screw that back together. Square knurling here that Olight seems to put on a lot of their lights. Forward of that is the Olight logo. Over here the name, X7 Marauder with the serial number. There is a single button for controlling this light. Around here there are some heat sinks because at 9,000 lumens this light does get pretty warm. And then up in here is the head. One of the things they've started doing with some of their lights is they have this blue anodizing both around the button and up around the bezel here. There are those LEDs, and as you can see, each of them has 4, so there's a total of 12 LEDs in their total. And then there's that orange peel reflector. And because of the shape of the reflector, it's not that deep, as you can see. They're not set in there as deep as some lights, so this light is going to be very floody. The lights that have more throw have the LEDs set deep down into the light. To talk about the runtimes in the user interface, I'm going to throw the box back up here so that you can refer to it as I'm speaking about it. It will do a low output of 3 lumens, the night light they call it, 3 lumens for 30 days, all the way up to the Turbo and the Turbo S mode for 5,500 and 9,000 lumens. Because the light gets fairly hot, it does have some thermoregulation, and after about 2.5 minutes at 9,000 lumens, it will ramp down to 1,800 lumens, and it will do that for another 200 minutes. So you don't get a ton of time at that 9,000 lumens, but 2.5 minutes ought to be fine. If not, 5,500 lumens, which is still darn awful bright, it'll do that for 8 minutes, ramps down to 1,800 lumens, and it'll do that for 250 minutes. And then the high, still 3,000 lumens, still awful darn bright. 32 minutes, goes down to 1,800 for 200 minutes. So let me show you how you get between those. To get to that night light mode, you just long press it, and it comes on to that 3 lumens. Turn it off. It does have the mode memory, so you can turn it back on, and it will come back to that moonlight. It has the mode memory for the night light, low, medium, and high. The Turbo and the Turbo S, it will remember for about 10 seconds, and then it will forget those, and you have to re-access them. From that 3 lumens, the way that you progress through the brightnesses is that you just hold the button down. So 3 lumens, hold it down. 300 lumens, hold it down again. 1,000 lumens, that's the medium, and then one more time. 3,000 lumens is the high. When it cycles, hold it again, it will go back down to 300. It only cycles through low, medium, and high. If you want to get back to the night light mode, you have to shut it off, long press it, back to the night light mode, and then you can ramp up through there. Low, medium, high, low, medium, high. From any brightnesses, if you want to get into the Turbo and the Turbo S are sort of protected. To get into those, you double click. Double click, there's 5,500 lumens, one more double click from there, gets you into the Turbo S at 9,000 lumens, and then if you triple click, that goes into the strobe. Double click and then back through the Turbo S, and then it will ramp back down to the 300. Just to show you from the 300, triple click, access to the strobe from any brightness. What if you are in that night light mode? Triple click, blinding strobe, and then you can just click it back off. The user interface is actually pretty straightforward. It's just a single button. You ramp through the brightnesses, double click to get into the protected Turbo and Turbo S, and then triple click for the strobe. Let's go outside and have a look at this in the dark. Here we go with the light outside. One of the challenges this light poses as far as making a video goes is that it's such a floody light that it's hard to get the whole beam in the camera. I started out with my 35mm lens and it was way too narrow. I went home and got my 16-70, and doing it at 16, it can kind of almost get it in, but let me show you, let me have a look. So I'm gonna start here. This is my EagleTac D25C2. This is about 900 lumens. There we go in the trees there. There's 900. Here is the Olight. There's all 9,000 lumens. It's, I mean, night and day. Would you say that? I mean, this light is just, it's crazy. Coming on to moonlight and just ramping up through the brightnesses. And then up into the Turbo and the Turbo S. but crazy, insanely bright and very floody. You can see the beam here. I can't, it's hard to get the whole beam in the shot. A little longer distance over on the right side, there's my car under that little parking light. Here's the Eagle Tack full brightness. It's okay, right? 900 lumens, pretty bright. I can see not really quite down to those signs there. I mean, I can kind of tell there's stuff down there, but I couldn't really make out people. I can't really make out those trees. And let's have a look at the Olight. This light, the light is so bright, it's almost comical. Night and day, here comes the car. Car's probably gonna be freaked out that there's 9,000 lumens on it. But look, just look how bright this is. And how floody it is. You can see how far out to the side it's going. So great area light, extremely bright, extremely floody. 9,000 lumens. I don't know, I've never had a light this bright. It's insane. Check it out, the Olight X7 Marauder. 9,000 lumens. Insane. Insanely bright.